Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you my easy everyday makeup routine. I thought I would do this because during quarantine I want to look and feel a little bit better, and I don't want to do a full face during quarantine. So I've been doing this, and this is what I usually do on a day if I'm going to work and don't want to look too made up or class, whatever. So I thought I would show you all the products I use and what I do for them. However, when I watch makeup routine videos or easy everyday routines, I find that they only give the products they use, which is, yes, the purpose, but if you want to emulate it the same day or the next day or later in the same day, then you don't always have time to run out to the store and buy every single product they had. So I tried to give a few more alternatives if you have those already, or if you have a different finish that you want, and different things that you can use, just so it makes it a little easier for you to use products that you already have, or to use cheaper products, or whatever it may be. I hope you enjoy this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Let me know what else you'd like to see in the comments, and I will link all the products below. So let's get started. Okay, so what I first like to start off with is having these clips in my hair to hold my hair back so it doesn't, like when I'm doing my foundation, it doesn't get in there. I got these as an 8-pack from Amazon, and I'll make sure to link everything below. So I first start off with taking the products off my face from the night before. So I'll either use the simple micellar water or the Garnier Water Rose. I just like this one because it's calming, and it seems like there's fragrance in it because it's rose, but there's actually no fragrance. It's actually rose water in it. And then I use the reusable cotton pads that I also got off of Amazon to take that off. And then I will go into moisturizer. So what I like for my moisturizer is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. And I use this as a primer because when I'm trying to do my makeup quickly, I don't always want to add extra steps. So like last year when I was working an internship, I would have to drive 40 minutes, and I drove with my dad because we worked about 10 minutes apart. And we'd have to leave around like 7 in the morning. And so I would put my moisturizer on before, and then I would take the few products that I needed to go. So I didn't want to bring primer with me. I make sure to put this on. If I put it on already, I put it on right before I leave, or right before I go to put on my makeup so it is moisturized. The mirror is behind you. If I'm looking up at myself, you know why. And also, I forgot to add, before I put on my moisturizer, I'll put on the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. And I like to let this soak in though, so it doesn't, what's it called, like make my foundation or whatever come off. So I'll put this on before and let that soak in, and then add my moisturizer to it. And another good alternative, if you have something like it, for the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, if you want more luxury brand, I like the First Aid Beauty Coconut Water Cream. This one's good. And I also like, I think it's like the Repair Gel or something from Clinique. I used that one for a while, but I found that the Neutrogena one was cheaper and worked pretty much just as well as the Clinique one. So I ended up full-time moving to Neutrogena, but I still really like the gel from Clinique. It's a little pink one, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll link it below. And then if I want extra moisturizer or extra moisture, or if I have more time, I'll do the Honest Beauty Hydration Mist with a blend of aloe and watermelon extract. Just spray it, and then I'll let, oh, got in my mouth. Let that soak in. I will move to my next step, which is tinted moisturizer. I have my tinted moisturizer from ColourPop. It's the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. But if you want more coverage, and what I've used before if I'm going to work or have a more packed day, is BB cream. If you want a dewier look, I would go with this one. It's the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream. And then if you want a more matte, or I like this one more. I usually like dewier more, but this one just kind of, it doesn't give you an oily finish throughout the day as much, is the Dream BB Pure Cream by Maybelline. But both of these are good options. This one actually has SPF in it if you want SPF and plan on going out in the sun. Another one that's good is it has a little bit more coverage, is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. And this one has an SPF of 50. It says full coverage, but it's more of a buildable consistency, I'd say. You can do a probably more of a medium coverage, but I bought this when I went to Cabo, and it was good for having the SPF and still like making me feel good about myself while I was out by the pool and hanging out with everybody. If you want a full coverage foundation for your routine, I would go with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. I love this one, it's good, but I usually only wear this one if I'm going out. For the tinted moisturizer, I go in with a foundation brush. This one is from e.l.f. You can go in with a beauty sponge. I use the Jeffree Star Morphe beauty sponge. But if you're looking for something quick and easy, I would say the foundation brush is just a lot faster. And I spray my Morphe setting spray on it. But if I'm doing it in the car and I already have this spray with me, I'll spray this one on there and use that instead. Because, you know, when you're traveling or in the car trying to do your makeup, you don't want a ton of products. So what I do is it has a little pump. Make sure you wash your hands before doing this. Pump and then dab it on. I also like that it has a pump because it makes it a little bit more sanitary, I'd say, because you're not putting your finger on it. You can just pump it out and I don't know. It's not a jar and stuff where you have to stick your finger in there. And this is also like way easier to use a pump. It makes it a lot easier to not spill it in the car. So I just stipple this on my face, tap it. Make sure you blend down the chin a little bit to the ears. Make sure that layer's all blended in, and then sometimes I'll add another layer if I want fuller coverage or where I need it, like down here I'm having breakouts on my chin, so I'll add it back down there, my forehead, and I'll do it right here under my eyes. This tinted moisturizer is a little light on me because I did a self tanner a couple days ago, but with the bronzer, I'll make sure I blend it in. I do like to put a little bit on my eye too to like seal the veins on my eyelid. Okay, then after that, I will go in with concealer, and which one I usually do like to use is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. It's a lighter coverage and easier to build and very easy to apply in the car. I mean, it's not very sanitary with the sponge that you constantly use, but it is easy. Another one I like to use is the Jeffree Star Concealer. I wear it in C1, I want to say. No, C6, what am I saying, C1. It has a little bit more of a fuller coverage look to it, and you do not need a lot at all. So I just like dab it like that. And then I'll put just a tiny bit down here and around my nose. And then same thing, use this brush and stipple it in. And I'll blend it in a triangle shape, so you know it elongates right here. Then sometimes if I have a little excess on my brush, I'll just tap my eyelids like that. Take a sip of your morning coffee. After that, I go in with my Honest Beauty Cream Cheek Blush in Rose Pink. Another, I guess, alternative. I haven't used that many cream blushes, but I do like the Stila Cream Blush. I used that one for a while, and then I decided to try out this one. Stick my finger in it, wipe it around, and I just tap it on. Smile. And I do not use a powder in my everyday simple routine because my skin is pretty dry. I do not like to use a powder. It actually usually ends up making me look kind of cakey, But sometimes, like if I'm going out, I'll use a powder just because it will hold on to it more. And if I'm like, you know, walking around downtown or something like that, it's a little better rather than like sitting at a desk or just hanging out at home. I dab it over my nose. I like a lot of blush. I think it just makes me look like more lively and stuff. But I'll dab whatever I have left on my fingers, on my forehead, maybe a little on my chin. Okay, then after that, I use my bronzer, and I have the Clinique, you can tell it's very used, the Clinique True Bronzer Pressed Powder Bronzer, and I wear it in 02 Sunkissed. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, so if you don't like that, I would get more of a matte bronzer. But another good alternative that's drugstore is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I think this one has a little bit of, this one has a little bit of glitter or whatever in it too. I just haven't been using this one lately because I bought it when I went to Cabo for spring break and it's too dark for my skin right now. But I prefer this one anyway. It, for some reason, it like smooths over my entire face. I can use it as an all over powder. I love using bronzer. I just love this one. I've used this one since middle school. So haven't changed, haven't found one that I like better. So I have the Morphe navy blue, I think, brush set. Looks like this. I've had it for a couple years. It's pretty dirty. And I just use the fluffy brush from that and I swirl it around. And then I'm gonna use this mirror so I can see. So I start where I would be contouring if I were to do a full face. And then I just drag it down with the excess. And I kind of use this as my setting powder. And I dab it, like where I don't want it to stick a lot, I dab it instead of rubbing it in. And then over the blush, I just dab it because I don't want it to rub in or make the blush come off. And sometimes if that Jeffree Star concealer is a little light on me, so sometimes I'll dab it over my under eye just to make it blend a little bit better. Or if there's like, if you take a picture, you can see like an overcast kind of from concealer sometimes. And I like to make sure that that does not happen. So then I'll put it top of my forehead. And then to make my nose look a little bit shorter, I'll put it at the bottom. And if you want to contour a little bit more and you don't want to use more brushes, so like when I was in the car, I would literally bring this brush and my foundation brush, and that was all. You could take it like this, put it in the bronzer, and go like that, and use it more as a contour brush. So you don't have to carry around multiple brushes or buy multiple brushes. And it works pretty well, or you can just use the edge of the brush too. So then what I go to is this is Bronze Goddess Illuminating Powder and #1 Heat Wave, and this is by Estee Lauder, I believe. Yeah, Estee Lauder. And it is supposed to be like, it's like a bronzy highlight, if you can see. And I actually use this just as my normal highlight. I'll lightly put it all over my face, same brush. Lightly, just to give me a glow. When I would want to use just this one brush, I would just use the edge, like that, and do that for the highlighter. But it is easier. It will stick more if you use your hydrating spray or the setting spray. So I'll do that. And then you can use this brush again, or what I like to do, if you buy the Morphe Navy Blue set, it comes with a brush like this. And I use that, swirl it around. I'll just put it right there. I have other highlights that are very bright. I use the Becca highlights, and I use the Anastasia Glow palettes. I have the sugar one, I believe. Those are just very intense. So you have a glow, but it's not crazy. Because usually if I'm going out on the town or going out to eat, I like a bright highlight. But you can still see there's still a highlight there. Just doesn't look as crazy if you were using a Becca highlight. Then I like to add a little bit to the tip of my nose, Go to the Cupid's bow. Then I like to go into my eyes. Sometimes I do not do this. I'll first eyelash curler. Mine is from Tweezerman. Go in with my Adeline Morin Tarte palette. I love this palette, it's so cute. There are other options for this, especially if you want to have less products. Use your bronzer as eyeshadow, which I've done multiple times. If you don't have this palette, a few other alternatives that I like are the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia or the Jaclyn Hill palette. Mine's very dirty from Morphe. So I go in with this palette. I go in with the first two. It's Adele Angels and Contour, and it gives like a bronzy look, which is what I like. But if you're using the Modern Renaissance, I would, again, first two, Tempera, I don't know, and Golden Ochre. Sometimes if I want a dark one, I do Raw Sienna, which is right underneath. And then Jaclyn Hill palette. She doesn't have the names in here. I can't remember what they were, but there's like one that's like butter or something. But the first one, or you can do this one if you want more of a shimmery look. And then I use this one or this one down here. So, you see it? These. Yeah. I use this one brush from the navy blue kit. Going with the Adele Angels color. Just do that all over the lid to kind of set. I usually carry it all the way up to my eyebrow. And then a little underneath. And then I will go in with the contour. And sometimes I'll mix that one and the Mama, mix the contour and the Mama Morin one. Tap off. And I just do the outer edge. And then I bring it into my crease and blend it in. Make sure that it's like even on both sides. Bring it kind of by the lash line a little bit more to blend it out, up by the edge, by the crease, and it's all done. So if you were to use the bronzer, you would just replace this color with the bronzer. Next, I just tightline my waterline, but if you do want, again, another more fuller look, I like the Sephora Black Ink Fine Line Felt Liner. That's a good one. And you can just do a thin line or a thick line. That one's pretty easy to do, to kind of play around with. So I'll use this. It is the 205 Charcoal Eye Pencil by CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus. I don't know if it will focus, probably not. It's not focusing. There you go. Now you can see it. So I just put it under. And sometimes I'll dab a little on the lower lash line right here. So after I do the eyeliner, I go to the Maybelline Falsies Volume Express, the flared. And the waterproof one is good too. I wouldn't do waterproof every day, so it's not harsh on your eyelashes. But if you live in a warmer climate where it's humid, might be sweating, I would definitely use the waterproof. This is what the brush looks like. And for my eyebrows, I just use the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara. I just use it in the clear. I do have it in blonde as well, but I only use that if I'm going out or want my brows to look more full. So I just use that, go up. And sometimes I might have to brush out my brows before that. And I honestly just use like the little sample ones that they have. I have like 10 from MAC that I've taken. I just use those over and over again to brush my brows out. Keep one in my purse, keep one in the bathroom. Okay, then we're almost done. So then all I do is I use I use the L'Oreal Color Rich Beyond Pink Anti-Feathering Lip Liner, and I just do a little at the bottom, overline a little bit at the top, just right there. And then if I don't want more color, I'll use the Glossier rosebalm.com, or I will use a lipstick or a lip gloss if I want more. I usually use lip gloss, but again, if I want more coverage, lipstick. So I like the Buxom lip gloss in Samantha. Maybelline Summer McKeen lip gloss in Barefoot. It's 010. Controversial, but the Jaclyn Hill lipstick, I still love her lipstick. It's like my favorite. I use the Nude AF, or the Obsessed is a little bit darker. And then this one I absolutely love. It's the L'Oreal Ballerina Shoes in 135. It's so pretty. I'll put it on. And this one isn't matte, where the Jaclyn Hill one is matte, if you want that. And then that is the finished product. And I take out this. I'll sometimes do this one more time, have it all set, and that's all. So I hope you enjoyed. A little bit better. That is all for my easy everyday makeup routine. I don't know if it's that easy, but it's not as intense as some other makeup routines, you know. It was a little bit longer because I added in alternative products, but you can really just go with the tinted moisturizer, bronzer, the blush, and this is all you'll need. Then you can add for the eyes, mascara, and the brow. So, I mean, for this, just being your makeup products is pretty nice. Then a lip balm or something, that's all you really need. And then if you want like fuller coverage for the under the eyes, this stuff. Honestly, it's pretty quick when you're not talking along with it and are just doing it in the car. It used to take me like 5 minutes. I would do it right before I got to work. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'll link all the products below. Please subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know. I think I'm going to start posting videos every Sunday or Monday. I can't decide which day. So if you think there's a better day, let me know in the comments, please. Please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And thanks for watching. Bye.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her.
Head really hurts from this ring light. And I barely drink any of my coffee because I've been filming this entire time. I need to eat something. This hair is also very annoying. My hair looks crazy today, but it's fine. Yellow coffee teeth for the win. Peace out, bitches.